starting next year. The members can lobby the board. We'll happily accept the special general meeting clause, and I'll actually go every year to Geneva to the annual convention of co-ops. We are, by the way, in fact, because we're registered with New South Wales Co-ops, we are in fact members of the International Organisation of Co-ops, which is attached to the UN, and it is based in Geneva, and they do have an annual general meeting, and we can go if you want to vote for one of us to go.
Can I just raise, when this all started, when I was on the board, we didn't have a levy at all every year, and we realised we needed to do something. And I can remember from going from zero to, I don't know what the first one was it $25 a year? Or
25.
I think it was about 25, and we had to also set a top limit. And I can remember Jerry saying, well, let's make it $250. And we all thought, oh my goodness, that's such a lot of money, you know. But that's what we had to do. And it's been increasing. So that would have been, what, something like 2000 when we did this before?
I think it was before.
Oh, yeah,
Even before? It was a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
So we've been quite a while at our going up to $250.
Yeah, I'm responsible for that. It took me this long to get the Constitution done.
So we might be a bit faster next time. So how much, have you got any suggestions of what increases it will be each year so we can plan?
Well, I suspect that the biggest thing is going to be that there'll be a shock value to the first increase, and I'm quite prepared to say that my view is that we need to go up by 50% at least. So we're talking about $375 a year starting next year.
And then after that, you
well,
think
yeah,
might
I mean,
be
it'll probably CPI at least to begin with.
How does that compare to a day ticket?
A day ticket at the moment is $286.
So it's big.
Yeah.
Jill, we'll just have to hope we're all still here.
Oh, we'll be here, don't you worry.
I mean,
Anyway, thank you.
given the rate at which we're currently paying for usage of the lodge, if I was to compare it to, I happen to have the very good fortune of having a grandfather who put me down for the SCG, so I have a membership of the SCG. It costs me $800 a year, and I go to the cricket, once in a blue moon. So, the value of the membership of this lodge, particularly for the people who are here, because we're all people who use the lodge regularly, is that if you add the cost of a member staying for a week and your current subscription fee, it works out at less than buying a season pass. A lot less. It's about half of it.
So can I point out that with the Constitution having this hard cap, that in some number of years' time we might want to reconsider it, that would be a good thing at that time for us to then go back to the members and ask everybody, do you agree with this change? Do you agree with raising this now? Because that's another way for us to get feedback from everybody about what you think the appropriate amount should be. So, I don't see any problem with having something in the Constitution that we, in some period in the future, would probably want to change. And we have the capability to do that at an AGM with a special resolution. Can I also just add, when it comes to how you would like the board to manage the subs going forward, if you have a point of view about what you think would be an appropriate or inappropriate amount to be raising it, then please tell us, because we'd like your feedback.
Yes, Jan?
I think we should finish this
Okay.
conversation because we're going round and round in circles. I can't see what the problem is. We vote you guys in to run our lodge for us. We have a treasurer who works out what we need to spend. And
That's a lot more than what we've got.
I trust you to do it, but if I didn't trust you, I've got to say, no, I'm not going to approve that. You can't possibly predict what you're going to put in up each year. It depends on the circumstances.
Second,
Let's just go.
So are we voting on all the changes?
All the changes. So we put up the new rules as a block, and you either accept them as a block or you don't accept them as a block.
Yeah.
And we need 75% of the people in the room. Dominique, you're looking very confused.
I am confused.
Yes.
I just need a 1 to 2 sentence summary
Yeah.
of what we're voting for.
So we're voting for a new set of rules for the constitution,
But I
for the
haven't
college.
read the rules.
Mark,
How do I know
can I
what
ask a question?
I didn't get the email.
Can I-
I didn't get the email.
I'll answer the question for you. So we're voting for a new set of rules. There are a couple of key things. So director numbers are currently set at 7, and we're basically saying at least 7, no more than 9, to give us some flexibility. The annual subscription cap we have also talked about. There is some technical wording around the shareholding numbers, which are currently 25 $2 shares. And essentially what I understand is we're fixing that. So in the previous rules, there was some ability for us to potentially raise the value of shares, which we have basically...
Or increase the number of shares.
Yep. Which we still, the number of shares that people hold. We're also just clarifying the words around shares being non-transferable. This is cleaning up some old wording. It's been our practice forever that shares are not transferable between members.
You sell them back to the lodge for what you paid for them.
Correct. No debentures, so that's just a technical rule added. Building levies, we've also updated the wording around building levies. So the intent stays the same, but the wording is cleaned up. There's the part that Mark talked about around meeting notices and attending using technology. And there's also a technical piece of wording around how the minutes are provided to members. So that's essentially the major change.
And we are now entitled, instead of giving you, for the cost of photocopying, a copy of the Constitution when you join, or if you contact the Secretary, we no longer have to give you a physical photocopy at 20 cents a page. We can send you an electronic copy of the rules, which you can keep on your computer if you have a computer.
Thank you. Okay.
Sound good?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will later look into the adding to the email list.
That's the majority of changes.
And just on that shareholding thing that Pete was saying is that everybody has 25 shares, and the new rules will reinforce the idea of each member, one person has one vote. So the number of shares just remains the same for everybody. That's just, yeah.
So we don't, so co-ops are not like companies. Each share is not worth a vote. So one person, one vote, because we are a democratic organisation, does not matter how. But that's in fact the requirements of the international co-ops system, is that every member is equal, so that we don't have a Lindsay Fox in the room who buys up all the shares and votes, or a Rupert Murdoch, and keeps all the votes for themselves. So you buy your 25 shares, and you have the same vote as everybody else.